Hey guys, good morning from Central Texas, USA. Notice it's still dark outside, right? Sun won't be up for another 45 minutes. Sleeping in this morning. Anyway, it is Tuesday morning. Hey Google, what day is it?
It is Tuesday, the 10th of October 2017.
See there? He knows, she knows, it knows. Hey Google, good morning.
Hi, Rusty. It is 6:47 a.m. Right now in Burnett it's 60 and cloudy. Today, it'll be partly cloudy, with a forecasted high of 74 and a low of 53. Have a great day.
Perfect day. Perfect weather. Thank you, you too. Uh, it's like 56 out here in the hills and in the little town of Burnett. The little town of Burnett's like 12 miles that way, okay? And then Kingsland is that way. And Marble Falls Marble Falls is that way and Llano is that way. You need to know that. Anyway, thank all y'all that used the Amazon link and bought some stuff because I noticed it this morning. Good. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Because my YouTube revenue is going down the mountain, babe. Anyway, enough said about that. What else is going on? Got a lot of comments. So let's get to them, Rusty. What are you wasting time for? I'm not. Should find out something today on my RV, I hope. I hope to find out that it's going to be delivered like Thursday, maybe. I hope. But they're not going to call me. But apparently calling me is a taboo. So anyway, this is about flats. Ronlin 100. Thanks, Rusty. I will add this to my getting longer all the time RV list. I know all this is for safety and convenience, but I'll be hauling so much stuff. I'm trying to get away from stuff, but I understand the necessity, and I thank you for sharing this with us. Here's an idea. When you are all situated to leave on your first trip with your new RV, do a short vid to show us all the items you will have in the back of your truck so that we can see it all at once and make sure us newbies have what we need. Thanks. Well, always remember, you don't have to have everything you need the first trip. I mean, you can just pick up a few things as you go and then discard some things that you don't use. If you don't use it in a year, out it goes. Well, except for a jack and stuff like that. I mean, there are a few exceptions. You may not use your jack for a year. Comment call, Lillian says you could fly a plane. I did. I had a VFR license one time. Video flight reference. Visual flight reference. Nothing like an accountant's brain. Go for it. Remember, we are having climate change. Well, I'm not worried about it. No links on my YouTubes ever. Like every time, nada, except this time might hard to. It says might want to tell Arthur's works. Balzac. It's Balzack, I think. Balzac. Even stumped my spell check. Yeah, I read a lot of old stuff. Anyway. Sarah on comment call. Thanks, Rusty and Grandma Patty, for Q&A. Fine tuning. I need all of this. P.S. on my HP Walmart on sale, budget friendly, feature rich laptop, whatever. My last cheap speakers died, and happily I can hear your voice very well. It is nicer with heater on to have your speakers, but I suspect the softer version is great in my ears. I love your voice and humor. You are a pal. You're my pal too. Let's get it. Anyway, flats, this is Dennis. Great advice, Rusty. Suggest that you try that jack under heavy load like your truck, since the handle is pretty short. I would hope you can get enough leverage on it. Yeah, you never know exactly how it's going to work till you use it. Isn't that right? This is WYRD Weird Walker. Living in a truck. That potty bag is sure thin. Yeah, it's the cheapest one I could find. They work. Or they worked. Comment call, Comal Cat. Do me a favor, make that silly face in the camera again. I could use a good laugh. LOL. That silly face is my natural face. Don't rub it in. Billy, it's something about his living in is living in an RV against the law. Yeah, I was just checking that out, and I thought I'd post a short video about it. It says, Billy, everything is against the law in New York State. Soon we'll need to apply for a breathing permit here. Good old free America, LOL. Yeah, this is a comment from Joseph Inbody. This is about RV living being against the law. I think it's kind of harsh poo-poo, Rusty, to be real honest with you. I am disabled and live on $1,300 a month. In Phoenix, you can't get an apartment for less than $800 a month. Then you have taxes. Then you have electric. If you want a TV, if you want internet, what am I supposed to do? I can't afford that, and groceries and my medication. This is the only viable solution to my problem, is living in an RV, as well as many veterans. What would HUD rather do? Make us pay $200 a month for crappy housing last year? Well, actually, what they're trying to do, they're being pressured by a lot of wealthy individuals, the banking industry, the people that own apartments or build apartments and so forth. And it's just money, guys. And if enough people raise their voice and complain about this, HUD, they're a bureaucracy. But believe it or not, the bureaucracy makes rules. And those rules have the effect of laws. This is about living in an RV. Southwest hiker. Why would HUD give a fig of where people live so long as they aren't sucking off the big old government? Fig'em. Sounds like the attack against gypsies in Europe for centuries. Great video. Well, I'm just glad I pointed it out. I'm glad I did the video now, because I didn't realize so many people were unaware of this. This has been going on for a while. This thing comes up every now and then, and it's good that people are aware of it. I want to make people aware of it. That's all. I keep up with it. This is about living in an RV. Raymond, hey Rusty, a great subject to keep it going. Make people aware. I have a Sticks and Bricks in Pennsylvania, and they're breaking my back financially. Do I have a plan? Yes. ... And I'm your age. Yeah, I've been living in an RV for 30 years. If I'd have been living in an apartment, I couldn't have made it either. I don't get near enough in Social Security to live on, and I got a little extra money, but not much, plus what I make on YouTube. But no, I'd be struggling if I had to pay $800 a month for an apartment. Tough poo-poo, or a home, or whatever. Michael on Living RV. Laws are created by the rich to protect the rich and their income stream. Rental properties are a good source of that. The rest of us are screwed. RV police are on the horizon. Hey folks, to end all this, all we have to do is stop electing idiots. Well, it's hard to elect anything else. Well, I'm not saying that they're idiots. Most of them are very intelligent, as a matter of fact. And but when you're just given, okay, you either vote for candidate A or candidate B. It's the person that selects the choices that we need to be. We need to be putting the people up there. But we're not, and we never will be. This is moving from a small RV to a large one. Desiree, weren't you going to get a casita? LOL, Godspeed. I was, and then I was going to get a Scamp. I was going to get a 13-foot casita, but they stopped making them. Then I decided to get a 13-foot Scamp, and while they were delaying and building, they were going to build it, I'd found another unit, the 16-foot Clipper Cadet CFB Coachman. This is Angela. This one came about because of the tiny home. This is about living in an RV. Because of the tiny home movement, taking those houses and plopping them down near bricks and sticks, causing devaluation of bricks and sticks. I saw this on the news some time ago, and I believe it was in Massachusetts. It started in. That's why I downsized to a small townhouse to control annual apartment rental increases. That's what I'm going to do, or buy property with existing old house, refresh, paint, and roll on. More than one way to skin a cat. Time to fight the big boys and girls back with the law. Well, I agree, but big fish eat little fish, so That's all I can tell you. This is about RV living. Al, solution, renounce your citizenship. No, I don't believe I'm going to do that. And go where? It ain't any better anywhere else. Far as, I mean, for me it ain't. Now for some other people, they might want to go to Mexico, South America, Philippines, Thailand. You go right ahead. That's about living in an RV. Ernest, you can bet Big Brother is thinking about it. They will set up strict residential requirements so they can pinpoint where you're living. Whoever told us this is a free country was lying to us. Well, you know, freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose. That was in a Janis Joplin song. Is living in an RV against the law? This is crypto anarchy. They are forcing more and more people to live to be more and more in debt. We are a debtor nation, and if they can't get every U.S. citizen in more debt, then the corrupt government will do everything they can to take away your freedoms and liberty. It's all about money. Thanks, Rusty, like a diamond in a goat's behind. Anyway, good point. But what it's all about, guys, we live in a marketing society, and if you allow the marketing to drive you into buying stuff that you don't need, then that's the way that is. You know, then you become in debt. But if you don't need much and you don't have much, then you're not going to be in debt. Of course, I have debt. I owe my RV and I owe my truck, but that's it. I don't have any revolving credit card debt, and that's a biggie. This is crypto again, like a diamond on the flats. Yeah, thank you. Grandma Patty, my husband, this is on living in an RV. My husband called the zoning board to see if we are allowed to park an RV in our driveway. He was told it was all right as long as nobody complained. I hear you. It's the same way out here where I live. There's 4 neighborhoods here, and in 3 of them, you can't park an RV in your driveway or on the street. How about that? Coho, living in an RV. Same old bureaucratic BS that's been going on for a long time. He points that out. Good point. This is about living in an RV. Nana Beth. How old is that article? It was written in April last year. I thought that got shot down. It did. It didn't get shot down really. It just they just pushed it aside. Kind of put it in a holding pattern. It says, interesting, after Hurricane Katrina, they gave people tiny homes, travel trailers to live in full time. Yeah, that's the way that goes because they buy them by the thousand. This is about Fredericksburg, Texas. Rather be fishing. Very touristy. Love Opa sausage. It's a great town, Fredericksburg, Texas. Rather be fishing, about an RV living. As of July 2017, one can't live in an RV or mobile home that is more than 10 years old. I guess one is exempt if one is already there. However, most got destroyed by the hurricane. Interesting. This is Rather Be Fishing again in Fulton, Texas. Okay, he says that's in Fulton, Texas. This is Steve Berry on RV living. Just ridiculous. Government poking their noses where they don't belong. My retirement plans are to live in a motorhome full time. Let them stop me. Yeah, see, that's what I mean. They can't because he'll be moving state to state to state, and as long as you're using it like an RV, they're not going to bother you. It's when you park it like I am that they got a chance to get you. Because the bureaucracy has little tentacles everywhere. They're called people, neighbors. Will they tell on you? Sure. Comment call. Tulaka47, I bought the Kindle Paperwhite after watching your video. I used your link, although I didn't see anything that mentioned that it was an affiliate link. Should arrive tomorrow. No, it doesn't say anything. When you go, if you use the link and go to Amazon, it doesn't say anything as far as I know. And they just know that you use the link somehow. I don't know how. And yeah, I do get credit for it. So for those of you that use the link that's in the description on every video, thumbs up to you. I appreciate that. Living in an RV, Sarah, so sexy. God, I hear you. This is sexy. Avlisk on is living in an RV against the law. The government that governs best governs least. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. 2 down, only 1 remaining now. Is there any good news about the direction of our nation? It's the direction of the world, man. The world wants. Greed is a disease. I mean, it is, and it's been like this forever. It says, "Is there any good news about yeah, there's a lot of good news. We still live in the greatest country in the world, in my opinion. What we need is a document that guides our laws and protects our citizens. What a great idea. Someone should write one." No, I hear you. I hear you. Good point, Avlis. Good point. Point in every direction is a perfect circle. This is living in an RV against the law bill. It could also be due to things like this happening, in this case, in Liberal Paradise, Portland, Oregon. He's got a link to a YouTube video. But that's tied to the homeless issue more than RVing, I guess. Still, people then turn against RVs and people living in them in general, whether they are actually homeless or not. I'm not sure if they have the same problem in two other big-time homeless and also liberal paradises such as California and Hawaii. But as full-time RVers say, and I agree, I'm not homeless, I'm just houseless. Hey, I like that. That's pretty good. Thank you, Bill. I'm not homeless, I'm houseless. Well, that's me too. I've been houseless for about 30 years, and I wouldn't change a day of it. This is about living in an RV. Iron Button. There is also a government spurred on by owners of a movement spurred on by owners of RV parks to eliminate boondocking. Yeah, they hate boondocking and they hate dispersed camping because you're not using their $40 a night RV park. They are supporting legislation to only allow camping with RVs to be legal in certified RV parks. I wouldn't doubt that a bit. Please note that they are very well band together and have a strong lobby working against the boondocking public. We need to back organizations like Escapees and other like-minded organizations. Well, I will. Thank you. Living in an RV. Off-grid Jack. We can't afford rent and housing as we are supporting 30 million plus illegals. Hello. Good point. This is Barbara on Living in an RV. Love your channel, Rusty. I fear this movement is growing at lightning speed. They are not going to let this continue. We are starting our journey next year. Retired when I started watching Cheap RV Living with Bob Wells about maybe 6 months ago. He had 25,000 subs, now almost 100,000. Because of YouTube and channels like this, people have found another way of life they don't know existed before. I think Arizona will be pretty crowded this winter. And from what I'm seeing on YouTube, good luck with your new RV. I hope things don't change before I have a chance to enjoy. They're not going to change. I promise you. People are going to do the boondocking. And the BLM is going to be out there. Don't worry about it. I mean, don't let these issues concern you that much. There's a lot of positive stuff going on. I just can't think of any of it. Is living in an RV, blah, blah. Tom Williams, I remember this last year. They want to make campers build like houses, insulation and wiring codes like houses. They will use this to make it so. Tree huggers don't want people using too much energy, i.e. carbon released to the atmosphere. It's worded so complicated it's even hard to read. Yeah, it is. This is about living in an RV off-grid. Jack, first it's our guns, now it's the roof over our heads they want. I guess they figured out all the money in taxes, building permits, no electric bills, minimum square footage requirements, whether you want it or not, homeowners association fees, and not knowing where we are at any given moment with a tiny house moving RV, van, cargo, trailer crowd. I have a better idea. Get rid of 2/3 of our incompetent, corrupt, lazy, did I mention corrupt government instead? The corruption can be defined real easy. It's lobbyists, and it's lobbyists and political action committees or political action groups, okay? And, every group has their own thing, This is Sophia Creations left a couple of emojis. Americans generally believe everything on TV, so they only have to claim ISIS or some other pre-made villain lives in RVs, so Americans will outlaw them willingly. That's a very good point. They could actually do that. This is about flats. Mike, the ability to swivel the pump handle is very nice, and you are correct about the tire tool, lug wrench. I bet most people 25 and under don't know how to change a tire. If you have anyone in your family who doesn't know how to change a tire, teach them. It could save their life. Be sure to pull off the road. Many people are hit while changing a flat tire. Yeah, get way off the road if you can. Or go drive on that old flat for as long as you can. Tiny Homes, Gump and Roy 1. You just keep saying, God, well, these are the kind of guys. I mean, this guy's got to be, he's got to be banned forever. I'll get rid of him. That was crap. I mean, he left one of those fruity, nutty comments. Living in an RV, PJ Frog, that was a great video. I don't live in an RV, but I have thought about it. Good for you. PJ again is living. By the way, that cold front you're waiting on has already hit Albuquerque. And although I'm not allowed to drive a car still, I did buy a mobility scooter so I can afford to get around somewhat, and I froze my fanny off this afternoon, and the balloons are still flying around here. Yeah, well, it come through here this morning. Came through. Flats, doodah. Thank you, Rusty. 12 volt versus and 110 volts about the TV. SRM, that would probably work out pretty well for your RV, and you can't beat it for the price. That's correct. Cheers. Yeah, no, that TV will work fine for me because I've got a 12 volt outlet. SRM on flats. Man, you are so correct. The factory jack and lug wrench that comes in these new vehicles is about as cheesy as Mexican nachos. I already have a hydraulic jack in my truck, but it doesn't have the carrying case, which I like very much. I may just toss it in the garage and get one of those for the truck instead. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, the little carrying case is worth its weight in gold. I'll try to get through these real quick because I want to get to all of them. Is living in an RV against the law? JP Stone, good report, man. Interesting topic for sure. You explained it well. Makes sense, yeah. Living in an RV, Infidel 6. Anyone runs up on me in my RV with any of that BS is going to get their skulls ventilated. 2017 MyPod N Walker. Wow, this is one of the worst walk-around vehicles that ever hit YouTube. I guess he didn't like my deal, so I'll get rid of him. Comment call. Scotty's got 2 in a row. Comment call. What is your favorite color? I don't really have one. Whatever color is pretty at the time. Have you been to any country? I've been to several different countries, Scotty. This is about living in an RV. T-Neckniv. What is the reason for putting oil on your face, sir? Think about it, son. You'll figure it out. Actually, when you have dry skin, when you get older, your skin doesn't produce much skin oil. So you get dry skin, and that's why I put mineral oil on my face, arms, legs, etc. This is Leanne. She left a long comment. I'll read part of it, and then we'll do one more. I'm just going to read part of your comment, Leanne. Nothing personal, but you left a lot. Rusty, it's all about greed. In Houston, they built low-income housing back in the 60s so that people could own a home, but now they build only 200,000 and 500,000 homes and up. Houses are popping up all around where I live. Also, they are building apartments like you would not believe, and the rent starts at $1,000 or more. Yeah, no, I hear you, and that's happening all around large metropolitan areas. For example, my son pays $1,000 a month rent now. Okay, they sold the rent house, so he's going to have to move to find another one. He did find another one similar to what he has now. $1,300 a month. That's a 30% increase. Okay, so I understand. This is the last one. This is Brenda on comment call. Wrote down your PO box before you change out into your new RV. You said last video no hanging stuff like the sign. No, the stuff not going to be hanging in the RV. No, and the reason is I just don't have space for it. And number 2, I don't want the RV to be cluttered at all. I want everything to be homey. I want it to be mine. But anyway, having said that, guys, from Central Texas, USA, y'all have a great day. Thank you for all your comments. And for all you guys that use the Amazon link to purchase products at Amazon, thank you very much. I do sincerely appreciate that. And y'all have a great day, and hopefully I'll have a new RV by the end of this week. And if I find out something today, I'll do a short video and let you know when it's coming in or when I find out. So thumbs up, carpe diem, adios, bye, bye, bye. USA made when you can. Drink plenty of water. 3 or 4 quarts a day will not hurt you. It's good for you. Will help you avoid gout, kidney stones, and it'll help you lose weight because you'll feel full and you won't want to snack. Take deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Take a deep breath in through your nose and hold it for 1 second. I got that down now. And then breathe out through your mouth, because that relieves stress, and relieving stress lowers your blood pressure. Lowering your blood pressure is good for you. So do it. And what else? Stretch, walk, keep your health, because without it, you're not going to be worried about living in an RV or what. If you keep your health, I got to get Google. Google. Hey, Google. Hey, Google. Tell us a joke.
One joke coming up. I once stayed up all night trying to figure out where the sun went. Then it dawned on me.
Enjoy your day.